Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold of me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. Cause you're in my space and now I'm so pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Shot
I had to crack it open just a little bit.
Won't let you go to my head. Cause I know I'm dealing with the devil. But I'm standing with my heart in your hand. And I'm too deep into in this gamble. Pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything.
Hi, you guys. Happy Cruise Tuesday.
We're up.
Hey,
Doesn't
trying
seem
to
quite right, does it?
figure out the
Seems like
camera. So
like
yeah, we're working. He's got a buzz.
Yeah, what's this?
Stop. Hi, Noodles. Hey.
Like our background.
Hey, it's home background. It's not the balcony. So something is wrong about that. It is not a cruise balcony. I missed the balcony.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see the whales.
With the foghorn and seeing the whales. Oh my gosh.
And the waves crashing.
So can you guys hear and see us?
Yes,
even though
I can't
picture's
say
not
there.
right. Hey.
Yes,
hi.
I think they can.
Masters
team. So the sound is funny. Okay.
Sound is funny. Echo.
Ooh.
Do I need to close out this other thing?
No. Let's see if we can.
We're gonna work on it. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna fiddle with settings.
We're working with
Don't
different.
main the man who's behind the camera.
Oh my gosh. Working with something different. So hopefully.
Okay, is that better?
Better. Is that 1 or 2? 1. It's gonna be like the eye doctor. Oh, there goes the dog. 1 or 2.
Yeah, echo.
It says okay, but we need to give it some time. Is 2 better? Or is 1 better, or is it the same?
It's better. LED says it's better. We'll go with you, LED. You got the decision tonight.
No, it's better.
Yes.
Anthony dug up this. Our old computer is dead. the one that we used to go on, the big old, what size was that? It was a
17-inch MacBook
17
Pro,
inch.
2011.
Yeah, just a baby.
It's a
just
12-year-old machine,
baby.
and it just died.
Poor thing. It didn't
Yeah.
even
People
get to
say,
be
well,
13.
they're so expensive.
They are.
Yeah, but
right?
they can last for a little
2
while.
is better. Thank you, Karen. Okay, I wanted to go to the top of the chat
Hello.
before I
Hi,
lose
Sharon
it.
at Sea.
Sharon at Sea. Hey,
Yes.
good to see
I
you.
had no idea what the 1 or 2 is.
So the first in
So
the chat,
I say 3.
I thought was Meg, but now it's already pushing the chat away. So we're
Yes.
just going to fly.
Pushing the chat away.
We're just going to fly by the seat of our pants and say
Yes.
hello to whoever we can.
Well, we can kind of go off of some of the list here. So we want to first welcome the Moderators that are
yes,
in here.
definitely.
So Derek and Gregory, D&G Explorers, hello.
That's the moderators.
Moderators,
Yes,
yes.
Derek and Gregory.
And then we've got the Anthony Simone.
the Moderator.
That's him. Okay.
For sure, for sure.
Yes. And then
Blaine Rayleigh,
Blaine Rayleigh Creative Travels. Yes.
So thank you guys
Yes.
for being in
He's-
here.
So, and D&G is kind of giving us a little summary, so we're going to kind of go off that. Hi, Jamie Wilhite, Masters Game, Scott
Scotty
McNeil,
McNeil.
Jonathan Short from the Six Traveling Shorts is here. Amethyst Hayes
Hey,
Adventures.
Amy.
Oh, you know her.
Mhm.
I have never seen her on the show.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's
You
kinda
know
cool.
Amy. She used to go by Amy, and I can't remember her last name, but I
That's
know
a
that's
weird
Amy,
handle.
actually.
Amy, and I can't remember last name. Did you really go by that, Amy? I don't think so.
I know.
Hi.
There are so many
Hi,
Amy's
Gina
in
Bird.
the community. Don't
Oh,
ask me.
And so there's Tina and Rick Spencer
Hey.
and Michelle DeGroot.
Hey.
Yes, and Joyce Harder is here.
Harder. Hi, Joyce and
Yes.
Mike.
Cruising
Oh.
Scene is here.
Hey,
Hello.
Cruising Scene. Hi, Carol, CMPJ.
Yes.
Yep. Crazy Cat Travelers says 1. One is better.
Oh, it's from earlier. Yeah, Betsy from Beach Please is here. Hello.
Hey, Betsy.
Lindy Lou is here.
Hi, Lindy Lou. I saw
And
you saying hello earlier.
Julie
too.
Amos is here.
Hi, Julie. So good to see
Did
you.
say hi to LED. And
I
Gina
don't think
Bird?
so.
I don't think so.
Hey, LED
Oh,
and
Holly,
Gina.
Holly Ayers is here.
Hey,
Now we're kind of
Holly.
hurrying up tonight a little bit because we've got a lot of. We
We
think
have
we
a
have a lot of content.
to talk about. Dave and Brandy's
And if we don't, we
excursions.
can just get into some shenanigans, and I can just distract her, and it will take forever.
Always.
And we could be
He
here for a
is
long time.
Mr.
William
Nolanda.
Hanson Jr. is
Hanser?
yeah, is Hanson Jr.
Hanson. Hey, William.
Yes, and David Brandy's excursion. Hi, David Brandy.
Tina and Rick Spencer in the
Hello.
house.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Scott McNeil was just on a cruise on the Mardi Gras and actually saw some Cubans that were out, a mess
Some
of them. Cubans that were in a ship, in a teeny tiny ship, and it was rocking like this. And he saw them and
The
called,
size?
like, it was
They're
this.
really tiny Cubans.
No,
Are these
the
cigars?
ship was very small.
Were there cigars in the
No,
water?
no, that's not. That's an old joke already. Somebody else has beat you to that punch.
No, I was just trying
He
to figure it
called
out. Because if
911.
it's this big.
No, but let me finish the story. He called 911 on the ship and got help for them, got them rescued. He is a
Oh.
hero.
Oh,
He is a hero. Scott, you are the hero. If you
Yes.
guys see little Cubans or other
Or
cigars
Cupids.
in the no, if you see people that need to be rescued, call and
I
say,
keep hearing Cupids.
oh, your hearing is not any better than mine.
Well, we're
I
close
think.
to Valentine's
Hey,
Day, so that
it's good to see you, Holly. I know that Anthony said hello. Hey,
Hi,
Meg.
Meg.
Hey, good to see you. We're in synchrony there.
Yes.
Who are you?
Chippin' Texans Kelly is here.
Hey,
Hello.
Kelly. Good to see you.
Jamie
Jamie
Wilhite.
Wilhite. Oh,
Oh,
again,
another
together
sync.
again.
Oh, this is your Jinx. You're it.
Dave. Hi, Dave. Good to see
You owe me
you.
a Mountain Dew. Oh, I already have one.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna drink my mics harder.
Yes.
Wait, Pam S in the house.
Oh, and Terry H is in the house. Hello.
Hey, can't
Excited.
I
Yes.
cannot wait.
What's up with the title?
What's up with the title? Was that too much of a cliffhanger for you guys? It's all honestly true. We
We're
have
gonna get there.
stories to tell. We're
Yes.
gonna not try to be
In fact,
too.
my work keeps saying that I have the most interesting travel stories.
Oh my word! It was very
Yes. I
interesting.
seem to collect them.
Oh,
At some point, I do think I'm going to have to come out with a book.
it is nuts. Gina
There's just all
Bird.
sorts
I
of
think
stuff.
we said hi to Gina.
T.
But
Neal is here.
hey,
Hello, meow.
T. Good to see you.
She says.
Oh no, he says meow to Crazy Cat Traveler. Crazy
Oh, it's
Cat
not T
Traveler.
either. It's
No, it's Tage. Tage. Yep,
Tage.
Tage Neal.
Tage Neal, that's
So
right.
good to see you.
I remembered
Tage.
that it wasn't
Yes!
right.
Tony
but
G.
Tony G,
Happy
1975.
late
Hello.
birthday.
Ooh,
Oh,
yes.
well, Anthony's birthday is coming up. So it's he
Tomorrow.
could say No, it's not tomorrow.
Hey, you just hit me. What are you doing? Crazy Cat
He's
Traveler
making
is
up
here.
stuff. Hey, I saw the Tyler show
Trying to
was
get
in
two
the
gifts.
chat. You are not gonna. You're gonna get a gift taken away. Jonathan Shorts from
Like
the
I
Six
was
Traveling
getting one.
Shorts and Shauna.
Yes.
So see, they called me right before, and I did my hair, but I'm not sure if I like it. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Just trying to go through here relatively quickly. Say hi to everybody that we can. If we're missing
if
you,
we miss you,
we're not
please
trying
know.
to.
Please
It's,
know.
yeah.
We're not trying to. Julie
No.
is watching.
It's just
while
her ADD, so that's why.
You're my ANT.
I'm her ADD. Anthony
Julie
Distraction.
is watching her son's baseball game, so enjoy that.
Fred
game.
Miner's here. Hello, Fred.
Hi, Fred and
Puppy the
Bill
cat?
Leach and
Bill
Puppy the
Leach?
cat. Hey,
Hello.
Cynthia. First Sergeant Richard
Oh, hello,
could not
First
stay
Sergeant
for the show, but I wanted to give him a big.
He's off to the MDR. Oh my word.
A big shout out. He gave us a super chat before the show even started, and I said thank you. Here,
Yes.
let's pull him that up.
Yes.
And he said it couldn't stay for the live. Sounds like he's
in
enjoying himself.
Juneau,
in
Alaska.
Juneau, one of our
we know how
favorite
that is.
places. And
Yes.
Gigi sends her regards. And then later in the chat, down a little bit, if you go down right here, I said, "Aw, thank you, First Sergeant Richard and Mimi." And he said, "Shh, Mimi is my girlfriend." And then Meg, no, that's not true. But thank you,
You're
Richard.
off by a couple letters there, baby.
Enjoy your time in Alaska.
Yes, enjoy
and
it.
also, thank you so much for the super sticker. If you just sailed right by
I
it.
was sailing by it from Meg.
Sent a super sticker that was a cute.
It would be nice if they would get StreamYard to actually show the super sticker.
They don't show them
because that's just it's just one of those things.
Nah, but it was a little fox, and it was just so sweet, and I really appreciate the super sticker. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, and I always feel like it's a little whirlwind.
Mercy
Rodriguez.
Hello.
So good to see you.
And I think we're at the top.
I think so.
StreamYard is in the chat, so that's good to know.
Hey, well, they're the first ones that let us in. They let us in the door, and now we are at the wheel. Yeah. All right. Should we just open up and not have anybody wait for to find out?
Yes,
Sir Gary of the Beaches.
Yes, and Cruising with Food is here. Life is good today. Woo!
Hey, Wanda, Chiquita, Benita, and Ronnie and Alma, and Sir Gary of the Beaches.
And Heidi Leskin is here.
Do you have a little heart for Sir Gary? I know you can do that. He's got here. I can do the other end. He's pumping his heart. Sir Gary, thank you so much for the super chat.
Larry Bum is in the house. Hey, Larry. No,
that's Randy, Now, yes, every time that I see Larry, I think of Randy and Michelle instead of Larry and Melissa. So I actually have been saying Michelle so much that I got her name wrong, I admit. But Michelle, not wait. Her name is Melissa. I called her Michelle.
Where are you going with this?
I am going off. Antoinette at Fun is in the house. Hey, girl. So good to see you. I'm just trying to see
Margaret Wilson. I think you said hi too.
Oh, Heidi Leskin also in the house. Oh, my goodness. Neil is here. Wait, Drucker.
Oh, we got a super something.
Drucker.
Yes. Sir Gary of the Beaches.
Oh, that's what I was given the heart for.
Oh, okay.
Got the other heart now?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, terrible. All right, shall we?
So we're gonna keep up. If we haven't said hi to you,
Anthony. Oh my god.
Anthony Simone. You didn't need to.
All right, let's give him a real heart. There you go.
It doesn't work. My heart is
broken.
Fractured.
What?
Yeah,
Anthony,
fractured.
thank you so much. You're so sweet.
So if we haven't said hi to you, we want to say hi. Say hi to us at this point. We're down at the bottom of the chat. We're going to try and stay current. Michael X, hello.
Oh my gosh, Michael X is in the house.
Yes,
on
and
the
he's Carnival Vista.
At the Diamond and Platinum Party.
Oh,
that's the best time to
with the neck brace on.
Oh, Michael X, you got this. You got this. And I see, who else I see?
Yeah, I saw this.
Josh. I see Josh from Adventures Ahead. He's famous. He invented the internet.
Evolution?
Yes, NES Revolution. That is Josh. He is like the godfather of the internet. He knows
Really?
it all. Yep.
Okay.
And if you don't please him, he will unsubscribe and tell you up to.
Oh.
He's a kidder.
Hi,
But
Dina
don't
Hoover.
tell him how great the Packers are because he has a sore spot on that.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Hey,
Oh my gosh, look at there. I raised you
You won,
one,
Anthony.
Anthony Sir Gary.
Sir
Oh my
Gary beat you.
gosh, thank you
and then
so
Beach
much.
Life. Great catching up this
Oh,
week, Nancy.
Honey. Oh, glad to see my friend Anthony as well. Honey,
Yes.
thank you
Julie
so
Amos
much.
is in the house. Hello, Julie.
Oh, it was great to catch up with you as well, honey. And I'm so glad, honey,
Yes.
is.
Hi, Sherry Smith.
Hey, Sherry. Tawny is developing his own following,
Yay!
doing a lot of Radiance
Yeah.
cruises, and he's
Radiance.
got like a whole Facebook social media. He's like the expert of the Radiance. I don't know if you
Yes.
knew that or not, but
No.
he is. Do you know what the Radiance is?
It's a lot of experts.
Do you know what Radiance is?
It's actually a inverter that I use for solar panels.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, honey. He's clueless. No, if you had to take a guess.
That's clueless. It's
that-
something that comes off the
All
sun.
right. Well, okay.
When I look at you in the morning.
No, it's not clueless at all. It's actually you're wise beyond this
Yes.
community's
Cruising for
knowledge.
food. Woohoo!
Wanda,
Wanda.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Woohoo! We appreciate you,
Yes.
experts, says Josh.
Experts, yes.
Wanda wins. Oh my gosh, you guys are so fun. Radiance of the Seas or the Carnival
Honey
Radiance?
is Mr. Radiance.
Ask Michelle de Groot. It is Carnival Radiance. He is an expert.
That is
Does
the
that help you?
latest ship in the Big Chicken line.
It is. It is.
It's the Big Chicken line.
You got
I
it.
knew
It
that.
does. Did you know that?
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
It's not a chip. It's not the tuna of the sea.
Cheryl- No, it is not tuna
That's-
of the sea.
we
This
were
is
on
right.
tuna of the sea.
Sir Gary of the Beaches is raising Wanda one. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're just
Okay,
crazy.
you guys got us.
Anthony, just
Anthony.
beat Gary. Just beat Gary. You guys are out of control.
Yes.
All
Oh, my
right.
word.
Whew,
Okay.
Let's take a breath. Okay.
All right, so we got to
Now
talk
it's
about
time.
the cruise shenanigans
Now it's time.
and all the stuff that everybody was doing. What?
You know what? Josh is calling Hani out for tagging.
Oh, no tagging.
Evan is here.
Yes,
Oh,
really,
Evan,
chicken of the
hey,
seas,
beach
exactly.
life.
But they're
Oh,
not
no,
a part of
Evan is
that.
not
The big
here.
chickens are not a part of Chicken of the Seas line. It's two different lines.
Yeah,
You got the big chicken line, and then you've got the
that's
chicken of the sea line.
Carnival. That's Carnival that has big chicken on it, and then you got tuna of the sea. No, chicken of the sea. Something
Yes.
like. Wanda, stop now. Okay, stop.
Stop.
You guys
Okay,
need to
stop.
stop. No,
Stop,
this is
please.
it. Okay, but it's not appreciated. I do appreciate
We
it.
do
You
appreciate
guys,
it,
you know,
but
we
guys-
just got to give it right back to you.
Yeah, we're gonna, you know that. So don't just keep doing this. Come on.
Thank you. All right.
Hey,
I'm
Debbie
just gonna
Harrison.
Give a big old heart for everybody. You guys are amazing.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing.
So the first thing that we had going on was packing, and we were
Oh.
packing at the last minute.
No. We did great at packing,
We
and I
did.
didn't overpack.
Yep.
And
So the plan
yeah.
though that we had to go down there was that because of the amount of people that were going and the weight of the
A
packages, that
family
were
of
going-
11.
right? It's just a little too heavy for a lot of vehicles, and I did not have
We had much discussion on this live stream
much
about
discussion.
how
Yep.
to get us to Chicago, which is like
Yep.
2.5, 3 hours from our house
Yes.
safely with 11 people with luggage.
So Hannah and Eddie took off first,
Mhm.
and they went.
Oh, Gary.
Gary.
All right. I won't stop you. You're on your own. You're
You guys are
adults.
adults. Yes.
Thank you, Gary.
Yes.
Sir Gary of the Beaches.
Hey, Ruth Todd.
Oh, Rooftop's in the house.
Oh,
Hey,
with
hey,
Navy
hey.
Vet Ron. Hey, Navy Vet Ron.
Michelle wants some hints on packing for Alaska. Definitely.
Ooh,
we will get
yes.
there. But let us tell
Yes.
a little story here.
Yes,
And
we got some
much-
stories.
Much love, Ruth, for Navy Vet Ron. I know that he's been needing some extra prayers, and thank you for taking care of him. Definitely.
So we were a little bit behind, and I won't say why because we supposedly were on time for packing, but we were a little bit behind from Eddie and Hannah, and so they decided to take Sam off to my best friend's place, Andy and Annette.
You're not supposed to say their whole name up
Hey,
here.
if they're listening, we love you. We appreciate everything.
This is for them because
Yes, they're really good friends of ours.
because our plans for the dog sitting
crazy
fell
good
through,
friends.
and they took our
Better
dog.
than we deserve.
And you guys
Trust
know,
me.
if you have fur babies, you know how special your fur babies are to
Especially
you.
when they're older, senile, deaf, blind.
He is
Yes.
deaf. He has cataracts.
He's senile.
No, but
Yeah.
he's not
He
yet.
is.
Tara Kelly, good to see you.
Anyways, so there is a part of that we'll get to. So so they took off to go drop him off over at our friend's house, and we then came a little bit later. We were about 15, 20 minutes behind them.
Mhm.
And so we were heading out, and so as we stopped, we decided it was, what time was it? It was like noon, right around noonish.
Yeah, we needed to
Anthony
be.
Simone, thank you.
Oh, Anthony,
Yes.
thank you so much. You're so sweet.
Yes. So it was about noon, so we were going to stop at McDonald's to get some lunch.
Yep.
And we had stopped, and just as we stopped at McDonald's, we get this call, and Eddie and Hannah had a tire blowout on 94.
It's on Hannah's vehicle.
Right around a construction zone on 94.
Over a hill.
Going
not a
just
great
over
place.
a hill. Yep, the big hill. So trucks are accelerating down this. It's not an easy spot. But it was a major blowout. And so we actually were able to get up behind them. We had a state trooper who ended up getting behind us.
Helped us with
Helped
putting
us
out
tremendously.
some. What are those flares? Put out some
Yeah,
flares.
road flares. But the whole side of the wheel had just literally blown out. So it was a major blowout on the road. And this is all just before we get started.
As we're on our way to my
Yep.
mom's place, where we are going to reshuffle the
Yep.
suitcases and go off to Chicago.
So we managed to figure out, so we had never changed a tire, nor had I actually gone through this car to vet the tire.
on this car.
This car.
I mean, we've changed
So
tires.
it had the
before,
donut on there, the donut tire. The donut tire wasn't completely inflated. It was mostly inflated. And it had, it was very difficult for us to figure out how to get this thing off. Once we did get it off, we had jacked up the car, which
so
was
it was
difficult.
in the trunk. So we have all this luggage we have to take out.
Take out onto the
and
road.
it's raining, you
And it's
guys.
raining.
And it's raining.
Yes.
Not
Of course
bad,
it's raining.
but it's raining in Milwaukee.
So I have to get under
area.
because it does one of those drop tires, and I had to get under the car in order to get that tire off, and it's just a bit of a mess getting the whole thing.
Thank you so much, Crazy Cat Traveler.
Yes.
Now she feels left out. Now back to the story. Thank
So
you, honey.
what ends up happening is that we end up getting this donut on there. We end up tightening it on, and just as we're tightening it on, we're on this hill. Remember, we talked about the hill and a jack. So think about this: the jack decides to go bloop. And just as we get it, the whole car drops down and off. And so we were able to just finally tighten up the nuts.
I
and
didn't
then we took-
realize that
Oh,
because
yeah.
I had already taken off to help resettle. My brother came to the rescue.
He did. My brother-in-law came in,
Ooh.
and her brother. And he came, and he had a spare tire just
Why
in case.
you want to leave extra time
Yes.
at the airport?
So we had left extra time.
Hey, Sylvia Swan, so good to
So
see you.
do not do things at the last minute. We never usually do. We usually have some extra time, but not a lot. We're not like crazy about
No,
it. We had
we're
about
kind
an
of
extra
last
hour and
minute
15
people.
minutes.
Yeah.
And we used about 45 minutes of that in just getting this
Kathy
done.
said that it's a mess driving through Milwaukee. Well, it would have been worse of a mess doing this in Chicago. Because
Yeah, imagine this at like 3
Mm.
o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday.
Chicago.
It was getting crazy on traffic.
Ooh, yeah.
So we ended up taking some of the back roads, dropped the car off. My brother-in-law had he had another Honda there, so we ended up kind of transferring over to that and getting onto the ship. And then we went on the ship, and you kind of heard some of the things that we
and
did.
we got priority boarding because my
Yeah.
mom is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So, and my mom is 83, almost
So
84.
All
and has
11 of
some
us were able to get on
need
the
for
plane
that
early, and
wheelchair.
that was
Yeah.
nice to be able to get on.
Yeah.
And actually
on
from
the
that
plane,
on
on
the plane.
the plane early and on the
Yep.
ship early too. So
Yep.
she was like our golden ticket.
Yep.
The worker said, "Hi, Lucy, MGM Travels. Good to see
So
you."
we got down to the airport. We parked. So we ended up dropping all the luggage off and everybody there. We 3 drivers ended up taking the 3 cars to a hotel where we were going to park them for the time
We got
because
a
it was
good
cheaper.
discount.
Really good deal on it.
Protected parking.
Yep. So and that was all good.
Man, you are like telling the story. I love it. He never gets to tell the story, so I love it. I'm just commenting.
So then we were on the ship, and then you guys saw us last Tuesday. Everything was really good on the ship.
Yeah.
We didn't kind of let on too much about the driving issues that we had on the way
No.
down. But everything kind of went good. Then from Tuesday, so Tuesday we were in.
And Tuesday we were at Sitka, and
in
so
Sitka.
we did our live stream after Sitka. When it was foggy, I was
Right.
a little bit disappointed you didn't get to see the gorgeous views we had seen
Yeah, 'cause it was foggy.
the entire way.
Yeah, it was
One
beautiful.
thing that just blows my mind, and I didn't expect it, and it's so different
this
than
is
the
not a bad thing,
Caribbean
blowing your
cruising.
mind.
Yeah,
No.
this
It's
is
still functional
this is
mostly.
some. This is you're so naughty.
Hey, that's a channel, right?
But it's so different than the Caribbean in that when you leave port, from the time you leave port and then you wake up and the scenes, the scene, you are like in this heaven of scenery all around you, and it goes on and on and on and on the entire trip. We saw beautiful mountains and trees. It was just mind-blowing beauty. It really was awe-inspiring. It like took my breath away. I woke up that morning and I'm like, this is so pretty. It really is, and the air is so crisp. And I knew the air was supposed to be crisp, but I thought we would be out to sea and not be able to see the mountains all along the way. And we saw the mountains all along the way. Hey, Edna, so good to see you. Thank you for coming here.
So we had really good weather. We had a good day at sea then on Wednesday.
I'm so glad we had nice weather in Alaska. I literally did get to suntan, and I wasn't freezing. It's not because I'm Wisconsinite. It was in the high 70s. And the sun is beaming down on us. It was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
So Wednesday we had a sea day that was really good. It was a nice time out.
Very relaxing.
Thursday we were in Victoria. Actually got to ride in a water taxi.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
Tried some poutine. Tried some fish and chips.
Yeah, and some oysters.
And a little bit of seafood chowder. It was fun.
That was really good. Yeah, so we had a lot of good food, a lot of good time there. My knee had started to get, somehow I had injured my knee, so it was a little bit difficult. So Nancy and
you said you remembered how you did it. Now I'm forgetting how you remembered.
Yeah, so we were doing the walk out to the glacier, and I stepped off of the path into a ravine
at Mendenhall Glacier
Mendenhall Glacier, and I stepped into a rut and twisted my knee, and I didn't realize it until later on. So I was struggling a little bit with that the whole
Michelle
time.
DeGroot says it wasn't cold between May 6th and 20th. I overpacked with heavier clothing, and I did too.
Yeah, don't overpack. You don't really.
I mean, you can't know, so you kind of have to overpack for Alaska.
The ship can stay pretty warm,
really
so
do.
it really isn't that bad, especially if it's a covered ship like the Tuna of the Seas was. So
it's Ovation of the Seas was the ship that we were on, and it was a lovely ship for cruising Alaska.
Right.
It really, really was.
So we got done with Victoria. We ended up back in Seattle the next morning.
And Victoria was amazing. But it took a while for us to get off that ship. It took like over an hour past when we were supposed to get off for the officials to clear us.
Yeah, I was just getting off of the ship. It was fine.
Hey, Vicky's Voyages.
So then what we decided to do, so we got on
Betsy says that she's shocked I overpacked.
No.
There were a couple of things I could have packed more of.
There was only 3 suitcases.
Short sleeves shirts. I wanted
only 3
more
extra
of.
suitcases.
Hi, Timothy Walter.
So the
yes, Blaine, you would be perfectly fine in a Speedo in Alaska on those days. Yes.
So we were able to get onto. We had to get into. Was it an Uber? Is that how we took the? So we took an Uber then from the Seattle port. Now Seattle has this really cool thing.
Where
Port Valet, where you can actually have your checked luggage checked right on the boat, and then it gets shipped right to the airport. You don't have to worry about it, and all you have to do is keep your carry-on.
It was amazing.
And so
but read through the directions and do it early enough, because
you have to get it done.
You have to get it done by day 5 for our cruise.
Yep, and they'll check you in. They'll get your everything set up for you.
It was
just a great service.
It worked super for us. Really
good.
Super.
No real issues with that. So we got out, and so understand my knee is having some issues here, right? So we get into Seattle, and the idea is that we're going to go down to the fish market and meet my brother-in-law. They went out a little earlier than us. We got down there.
Hey, Larry and Diane.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got more stories than the tire. That's just the beginning of this, right? The knee is getting into the story here. So
Oh.
so we're in Seattle and we're at the fish market, which is up the hill if you kind of know where it is, and then you can kind of go down the hill down towards the actual bay that's down nearby the sea.
So it's many stories.
It's like 5
if you're going to
stories
go
down.
with a
5, 6 stories
wheelchair.
down.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Streets of San Francisco
What
kind
are
of
you
schools.
saying with the Seattle port though? I'm curious. That didn't strike me as
No, I'm
something.
just getting us set up into the fish market.
Okay.
So when we went down, we went down from the fish market down by the water. We were trying to get to a park to kind of relax on there. My knee is just killing me this whole time. And we actually got a chance to try the scooters. So I thought, well, I'm going to just go ahead and get a scooter here.
So here we are with our
and they have
carry-on
these
luggage.
Lime scooters with carry-on luggage, right? So I have a carry-on bag, my backpack.
It's basically a small suitcase and a backpack.
Yep. And so I'm getting onto this scooter and we're scooting around and everything. This is like a blast, all right?
But I'm like scared that we're going to get
She's
injured.
afraid,
But we
right?
we did it. It was
Yes.
actually quite fun.
Hannah got a little bit, had a
Her
minor issue on it.
suitcase fell off of the
Yeah.
scooter and it tripped her up a little bit, but not bad.
Not
a
bad.
little
She's
ankle twist.
Not bad. Not as bad as my
thankfully.
knee thing,
But those could be they
They
could
could.
be dangerous, so
They're-
you have to be careful.
especially if you're going downhill.
But they were fun.
They were a lot of fun. So if you get a
tons of
chance
fun.
to do those in a city and you feel okay with your balance, I would highly recommend
So
like the
much
Lime
fun.
scooters or
So
any of
much
those
fun.
little scooters that you go. They're really a lot of fun.
We
A
liked
lot, and
it.
a good way to go, especially if you're tired on your legs. I don't know about the bikes.
Yes, there's
but
an elevator to take you to the fish market.
There
There
is.
were
Yeah.
buildings with elevators for sure.
Yep,
Joe and
several-
Tex,
several
hello,
stories
Joe
there.
and Tex.
so it is a lot of fun. All right, so
and we
then
saw the Ferris wheel
Yep.
and
So our-
the aquarium.
yep. So our flight was supposed to leave, so we ended up getting onto the train, the light rail train, and that was really a nice thing
Super
too.
much of a bargain.
$3 per person, excuse me. $3 per person to get on it. That brought us right into
One thing I did not get to mention though, to catch the Uber from the port, you had to walk quite a distance to get to where the Ubers would
that's
pick
like
you
5-6 block
up. It
walk.
was a long
And with my knee, it was
walk.
starting. That's where things are starting to
Just
wear
to
out. This one.
mention that it was good that my mom had somebody pushing her with the wheelchair. Thank you, my brother,
Yes.
because that was a long walk. Anyway, all right, back to it. Oh, the Placktastic
Yeah.
cruising through
Yeah,
town.
all 5 of
So
us
sure
are
to see on scooters
scooting.
loaded with carry-on luggage. Yes, we were. We need pictures and video of all of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was fun.
I got some. I might have only some pictures because I could not. Can you imagine me trying to do that plus video? That
She
would not
tries.
have been
She
safe.
tries. So anyway, so we get to the airport, and there's a little bit of a hike from that light rail station into it. Nancy,
Okay, Timothy, I just want to say any postings you guys saw of stacks and stacks of luggage, you have to realize that was for 11 people. 11 people. We did not do, that was not all ours.
that was one big bag
Hey,
for everybody.
Lucretia, Mel, good to see
and
you.
we did do pretty well with that. So we got to there. Now Nancy's been having problems with Delta where they're not picking up her TSA pre-check.
Ugh.
So we had to go through that, get that all done.
Hey, Tony and Rachel.
We ended up getting through all of that, getting checked in. Nancy was smuggling
Got there in
stuff.
plenty of time.
Yep.
I was smuggling nothing.
She was smuggling something into the airport.
Oh, I did get my bag searched, and I thought they were going to take away my little clipper that I use for my crochet
It
on
was
the
a little
airplane.
bigger than a clipper.
Oh, they pull it out, and I was shocked at it. It was you guys got to keep this quiet. I don't think we can, but it was a Royal Caribbean knife. Just a butter knife. I had met.
She tried to bring a knife
I
into the
brought a
airport.
butter knife with me.
I can't take her anywhere.
All right, there's a reason for that. I had that knife because I was cutting
It's
up
for me.
fruit.
Uh-huh.
No, I was
This
cutting.
is how she keeps me in
I was
control, just so
cutting
everybody
up
knows.
healthy fruit for a healthy fruit snack when I was going out and about with my backpack one of the days, and I had forgotten my knife, the knife I had borrowed. I meant to borrow it, honest to Pete. I did not steal it. It was a butter knife. When she pulled the butter knife out, I was like, oh, shoot.
I've been there.
I'm like, that
It's like,
really
oh, that's
belongs.
where that went.
That belongs to Royal Caribbean. Would you please return that? They won't. I felt so bad. Oh my gosh. I felt horrible for confiscating a butter knife. I did not mean it. Oh my
She
word.
forgot about that. So we
Never.
were supposed to get in. We had about an hour extra time to be able to get to our thing. Yeah,
Butter knife.
first press and seal, and now this. Yeah, Dave.
Press and seal comes
Yes.
in handy. But
Yes.
let me tell you, my mom was bemoaning the fact that she didn't have Ziplocs. But guess who had the Ziplocs? Yes, I had her.
So we get there, and all of a sudden, as we're sitting there, so now I'm resting at the airport. So we get to it. Hannah had staked out this beautiful spot for
Margaret,
us.
good to see you.
We had a really gorgeous spot in Seattle at B3. If you've ever been there, there's a nice little corner spot. We had some footrests.
Oh.
We had a couple hours that we had to wait there because we had
sorry,
gotten there
I
a little
had to sneeze.
earlier than my brother-in-law and mother-in-law. They kind of came later. And so, yeah, and JP Travel Adventures, just if Ovation says that they're short a butter knife, you know where it went.
We'll
So-
gladly pay them for the
Yes.
butter knife.
Anyways,
Absolutely.
so-
See,
so
and
we're sitting there
Heidi had
waiting.
The same thing with her son with
Yeah.
the screwdriver, and it's totally accidental.
Yeah.
Some of those things.
So the flight was supposed to be at 5:45. We were going to get into Milwaukee at 11:48.
No,
right.
into Chicago.
Into Chicago at 11:48. It's a 2-hour ride from Chicago to our house. So we
a
were
little
going to
bit
be
over, but
yeah.
yeah.
we were going to be about 2 hours late. So that's about what
Hey,
we were
Mary
figuring. We were
Ellen
kind of
did.
psyching ourselves up to it. And so I ended up getting some headphones so I could have some sound dedeaning
You
stuff.
bought new headphones, which
Yeah.
were a pretty nice deal.
Yeah,
Yep,
they're
in
actually a
the
good deal
airport.
in the airport. Really, I was surprised.
Okay,
But anyways,
do you want me to take over?
you can. You know where we're at this?
I do
this
know
point?
where we
Okay.
are.
Do you know how many times?
Yeah, twice.
3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let Anthony fill in the details then.
Yeah, it
You
was
go.
3.
You go. You go. man.
So we got bumped. Our flight got bumped, and it got bumped to 8:45.
Mhm.
No reason, but we're like, okay. And our gate was moving around. It was like they were
Oh,
playing
the
like
gate kept on
they were
changing.
playing like Tetris with
and
our
we
gate.
thought,
It was all over the
since
place.
they delayed it,
We just stayed at
we're
B3.
gonna stay in our
Yeah.
little corner.
We had a really great
They
spot.
had
Great
footrests.
food, Qdoba by us, McDonald's.
Did I say hello to Margaret Wilson? Hello,
I think
Margaret.
you did, but that's okay. You can do it again. So we're sitting there and we got bumped. And we're like, okay, well, that's not the greatest thing. That means that we're getting in now at 3 in the morning at this
Yeah.
point. And
I'm not going to get any sleep to get to work.
yeah.
I have to work the next day at 7 in the morning.
Well,
in
no. So we were getting
Oconomowoc.
So we're getting in 8 o'clock, 4 hours, 12 plus 2, so plus 2 plus 4. So it's 4 a.m. Right?
By the time we're home.
Correct.
Okay.
By the time we're home. And so we're like, oh, that's not so great. And she's got to be working. So you ended up getting
We were not flying Alaska. We were flying Delta.
Delta at this point.
Yeah.
So then we ended up so we were there, and then we got bumped one more time to 10:30.
Hey, Mercy, good to see you.
And
Oh my gosh, Always Be Booked Cruise Podcast is in the house.
Oh,
Hey,
hello.
Tommy, good to see you. Thank you for being here.
so we
We're
got bumped to
telling about
10:30.
Our delays and our
Yep. So-
drama coming back home
Right.
from our Alaskan cruise.
Yep. So now we're in at 6 a.m., which is like, and actually no,
Actually,
you're right.
yeah,
It was only
we-
2 times.
I thought it was at 8:30, and then we got bumped to 10:30.
Right.
But at 10:30, we really actually didn't leave until 10:45. But by that time, it's like, holy moly, I'm barely going to get to work on time. And by the grace of God, my boss happens to reach out to me asking if I would pick up a day that they're desperate. And
So
I'm
she was
like,
able to swap.
well, if you would let me take off the Saturday,
Yes.
I will work your Friday.
Michelle DeGroot, hello.
That all worked
She was
out.
complaining about snow on the Coquihalla
I'm not
Highway
even sure how
driving to
say that.
Vancouver.
Oh wow,
That's
Oh
a
my
problem
gosh.
too. So we've been there, done that with some trips. But this one, so we're now at this point, we're getting in
It's
at like 6
late.
a.m.
Yeah,
right?
our time. It's
Our
gonna be
time here.
6 a.m. Yeah, it's
So
gonna
we're
be
getting, so it's all night flight, right?
No, it was going to be from 10:30, arriving at 4:30 in Chicago. So we're not getting in until 6:30 to our house. We're not
Right.
setting foot in our
It
house.
did delay
till then.
one more time because it was 11:45 because we didn't
No,
get
it was 10:45.
we didn't get in until 6 in Chicago time.
No, I don't think so.
Anyway.
I have it all vlogged.
We
so
do.
It
We
was
got it vlogged.
10:45.
But we kept getting bumped, and it was like, okay, all night sleep. So then so everybody but one of the things that happened is that they ended up because they ended
And
up
you
bumping.
tell a long story.
I know. So we ended up all moving into these new seats, right?
Oh.
So the new seats, now this is my part of the story. So the new seats were great, except we were the row just in front of the exit row, which means that we could not recline.
we got new seats assigned to us on the
Yes.
airplane.
And little did I know that part of our party was starting to come down with some stuff. But let's just say that our row had some difficulty sleeping.
Kokala.
Kokala.
Kokaha.
Kokaha.
Anyway, I was
Kokaha.
getting distracted by Michelle's highway.
Coca H.
Okay.
So anyways, so
Hey,
yeah, so we're getting
Nelson,
in
good to
bright
see
and early in the
you.
morning. I got no sleep on the way there. I was not in the best of moods. My knee was killing me.
We
I
were
was
all
tired.
exhausted.
Everybody was exhausted. So we get
trying
into
to hold it
Chicago.
together.
We get into Chicago, and remember we had said we took 2 cars down, right? And we ended up borrowing one. So my brother, we
Our
ended up
whole party had
3 cars in total, right? So my mother-in-law's van, and then it was going to be our 2 cars, but it ended up being my brother-in-law's Honda, and one of our cars. So we get back there. The drivers head off to the hotel to go pick up the cars. We get there. One of the cars, the battery is not. The van was just dead on battery. Somebody thought the light was on, but it wasn't. Just for some reason
So it
that
doesn't start.
Doesn't start.
Fantastic.
So we're working to get that started.
And all us, the rest of the family. So it's only the 3 guys that are out there taking care of the
Yep.
vehicles. With the rest of the family
Are getting the luggage and getting
luggage.
everything set up. So we're just trying to get this, and it's about 25 minutes away. So we get there, and so then we're getting this started. I go in and I start our car, our Prius, and it's what it sounds like. It's you like my sound
super
effect?
loud,
Super loud.
vibrating.
The catalytic converter had been cut out of our Prius while it was sitting in the parking lot of this watched hotel. No catalytic converter. So literally, we've got this little 4-cylinder.
Don't park in Best Western in Chicago. Do not park there.
Yeah, it was bad. And so none of the other cars were affected.
And
It
I
was
was
just
calling
ours.
it a carburetor on one of the chats, but
It-
catalytic converter.
But the thing was, is in my head, I had this price tag of $3,000 for a catalytic, or $1,500. I was not having a good night, right? Yeah. And it's like, oh my word, really? The catalytic converter of all things. And I look underneath there, and sure enough, the O2 censored wires are just dangling. It's been cut out, so the engine's not going to run
Chicago
well.
after all.
Right,
Says
right.
I know.
Right, but
That's
still,
why we like flying out of Milwaukee. Not that it's better, but it is.
we get
a
to park at
little
my
better.
mother-in-law's place, which is a better neighborhood.
It is a better deal.
So it's like, oh wow, that's just not
And
a good thing.
Naomi, so Anthony texts us, and Naomi's looking up prices of catalytic converters, and she's like, "Oh, it's $600 for a catalytic converter. It's gonna be that at least." And we're trying to price it out, and we're like, we've been moaning all.
So
of
I
this.
was really in a sour mood at this point,
and exhausted. We had
exhausted.
Nothing.
So
all of us.
But what we decided to do is just break up. So my brother-in-law's car was there, our car without the catalytic converter, which was really noisy, and then we had my mother-in-law's van. And we needed to stop by to pick up the car that now had the flat tire. I still had to go back to my mother-in-law's place in order to pick that up. So we said,
limp along home with that.
Yes. So Nancy and Eddie and Naomi.
Hannah and Naomi. We had all four of us with our luggage.
Right.
In that little Prius.
Not all of the luggage, just few.
Not all of the luggage, but
I had some of it
packed
with
to
me.
the gills in that Prius.
Right. So they decided to ride that all the way home, not stop at my mother-in-law's house, right? My brother-in-law decided to take his car with his family, most of his family, straight to their house.
Makes sense. They're exhausted too.
Except for my nephew and my niece, who live in Waukesha, not far from my mother-in-law's place. Myself, who needed to pick up the car, and my mother-in-law. We all drove in her van back to her place in order to go and pick things up.
Man, you are doing
covering
great.
Everything.
You're covering all the details.
Right. So we get back to the house. Of course, the tire is a little flat, and I'm like, okay, great.
This is the spare.
The spare, the donut spare.
Yes,
where you can't go any faster than 50 miles an hour, right? So I end up having to drive this back roads. It took me, normally it takes us about 45 to 50
It
minutes
takes
to get
me an hour, but
get
Anthony, it takes about
yeah,
45 minutes.
about a half hour to get there. The so I took the back roads. That was about an hour and 20 minutes to get back through the back roads to get home.
Oh,
Keeping the
Gina,
tire
this
inflated.
is not. This story is not done yet. There's more.
Yes. So as Nancy's driving home, you can go ahead and pick this
All
part up.
right, so we're all packed
So
together.
I'm driving home on my back roads. I'm not on the main highway.
Yep, we are packed to the gills. All right, so we contact our dear friends who are babysitting the dog, ask them if there's any way they can possibly not have us pick up the dog right away. They said they had really had plans for the day. We were already kind of late for picking up the dog, so they really asked if at all possible we could pick up the dog. We did. We went we went we went out and Wanda blames the press and seal. That stuff is bad luck. Anyway, we went out and did pick up our dog, but the dog is in with the dog is in the car, packed car, and one of the family members starts complaining about the smell of the dog, and we're like, oh my word, just can't even handle it because the car is vibrating super loud, and I can barely go the speed limit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, let me just get home, please. So if you guys know at all, it's like it has no muffler, but it's vibrating at the same time, and the Prius goes on and off, so it's not a continual vibrating. So every time I hit the gas, it's like, and then it shuts off because the electrical system comes on, and it doesn't need that. Anyway, driving on home on Highway 16, which is a state highway, divided highway. Guess what comes right into my vehicle? Yes, a white-tailed deer, right smack in the side of my vehicle. I'm
with
like,
no catalytic converter.
Oh,
it couldn't hear
man.
the thing in the first place coming down the road.
I saw it coming. I could usually if I see
Yeah,
a deer, I will stop.
That's Swan. Yeah, that was a Prius that she was driving.
That's my baby Prius. That's my blue. That's my Gidget. It's my car.
Yes.
So I tried to avoid a head-on collision with the deer. It hit the side. It was bound and determined to go into my vehicle. And there is when you are traveling at those speeds, there is nothing you can do about it. So the deer, rest in peace, deer. It is no more.
Heidi Leston, catalytic converters are a hot commodity all over. I'll tell you a little story about that.
I didn't interrupt you when
I
people
know,
were
but
chatting.
go ahead. I have to distract you. It's my job.
Stop. So it seriously was like the Griswolds family vacation. It was, oh my
Just
word.
the ending of it.
Yes, hello dear. Oh wow. By that time, it was almost just even amazing that we weren't dead. Seriously, it felt like, oh, okay, come on now, let's just get home. So it did make a nice couple of dents in the side of my poor Prius that had been already besieged by Chicago theft, and now it's been attacked by a deer. And I'm like, oh, please, Lord. I was thankful the whole way that we did not, fight nice kids. Right? That's Brandy. I can hear Brandy's voice.
She's distracted.
Oh,
It's me.
I love it. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we could have processed.
No, it ran away. It wouldn't let us keep it.
It was dead. It was venison on the side of the road. That poor deer did not move after that. But anyway, yeah, we had an encounter with the deer. Exactly. So what do? At least it wasn't lethal. The car was still running. We got back home. Only to find out. Do you want to take it from there?
No, go ahead.
All right. As we're going home,
I got a piece after that.
as we're going home, I start having head cold symptoms. My nose is running like crazy. I'm like my sinuses are just, and I don't usually have allergies.
You guys know where this is going, right?
Yeah. Hang on. No. Just pull on the brakes. Let me tell my story. So I start having all this nasal congestion. Hannah next to me is coughing this cough of death that I have never heard her ever have a cough like that, I am like, oh, Hannah, you have COVID. I knew she had COVID. And we get home and we're exhausted. And bing, up comes a message from my brother. My mom has COVID and she's got the same symptoms as Hannah. She is coughing like crazy, fevers, body
We did the
aches,
tests on those two.
all of that. They are confirmed to have COVID. Yep, indeed. So we are in the throes of all of that. My work wouldn't let me work, of course, until they tested me, and I knew
she had a
they
nose
had to
poke.
do their testing, which is a PCR test, which takes days to get results back, which means I won't be able to work until they can get those results back. And I don't feel bad. I just have head cold. But my understanding of this variant is that it can be like a head cold. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just find out what these results are. Well, I do not have COVID. I'm negative, but
Yeah. And the rest of us are actually doing pretty good for the most part.
Nobody else has come down.
So I think it's just a couple of us.
But thank you, Tage. I really appreciate your hoping that they are in the.
So that was why the restless sleep on the plane, I think.
Yeah, he was sitting by my mama, who couldn't sleep. She was really miserable. I think it was all starting to brew, and just if you guys. If you're praying or if you could send some good vibes to my mom and my Hannah, but especially my mom because she is older and just worrying about them recovering from this. She's been looked in on, like, she has neighbors who are making sure that her needs are being taken care of. They're picking her garden for her because she's an avid gardener. So that's
got a lot going on.
Biggest concern for her. Her puppy that she just recently got is being babysat by.
But she can't have her.
Yeah, but she just doesn't have the energy. So my mom is a pusher. She pushes herself. She pushes and pushes and pushing. Thank you, Cruising for Food. Thank you for everyone for prayers and thoughts, and do appreciate it so much. So I have to encourage my mom, just lay low, just relax, rest. You can't get enough rest with this. And for sure. So
Heidi Leskin, you have 2 comprehensive claims for insurance, dear Lord. Yeah, except we don't carry comprehensive because I just don't.
We're cheap.
We self-insure on that because for the most part I actually save on that.
Actually, all things considered, okay. So this is the kind of the how it's all the
we
nice
still have
things.
more that needs to finish out for the story.
Oh.
But Nancy wants to wrap it up.
I'm thankful about I'm thankful for so many things that we got home safely.
It was a fun trip.
Anthony is amazing because he ended up on no sleep. You go for it. This is your tag.
So when we got back, one of the things I had to drive slow back. I ended up getting back after everybody else. But once we got here, I had made, while we were on the trip, I had made appointments based on the idea that we would get in at 2 a.m. to be able to sleep through the night and be able to get up and go to Walmart and get 2 tires put onto this car that had the tires, right? Back to the tire car. The blowout.
Yeah.
So I had to drive it slow up to the Walmart, but I had set that appointment.
I have to say hello to Tess Almond.
Hello, Tess Almond.
Hey, Tess.
But so I only got like an hour and 15 minutes of sleep, and I had also made some other appointments to get the truck tires. If you guys remember, we were talking about whether or not we were going to take the truck because the tires weren't so good on that, right?
Which we'd ordered tires.
So I had ordered tires. I already had all of that. I just needed to get them on. But I thought, well, I'll be fine because I have the sleep. I didn't get any sleep for that. So I ended up having to go through that whole thing to get all of those on. A good thing that I did, the tires on the truck were actually really bad. We found out that the other tire on the other side of the Kia would have gone out here soon too. So it's good. We need to get an alignment. We need to get an alignment. So there's some benefits that we're finding from some of this stuff that we had to figure out there. But we had to get through that.
And Anthony's amazing because he just sucked it up and he did the hard job of getting the cars in.
And we just did the rotation.
Did it. And
so we found out that the catalytic converter on this car is all of $140.
Which
That's the good news.
He's my handyman, so he's the guy.
And the O2 sensor is $20. So $160 is what they stole. So you ask yourself, well, why for $140 are they stealing catalytic converters? They're not. Are they making $20 on the market? It seems like a lot of work to go through, a lot of risk to jack up a car in a parking lot, have it potentially fall on you. And if you haven't read, go out there and just Google catalytic converter car falls.
Don't do it.
But there's just a lot of those that take place. There's a lot of that happens. But it turns out that there's actually a drug that's made from these. And I think that that's probably the main reason is this drug that is made out of the insides of catalytic converters. It's crazy. People suck that into their body and
a drug? I thought it was the metals.
No, they call it bomb. But that's what the big aspect is.
Don't do catalytic converter drugs.
This is your brain. This is your brain on a catalytic converter.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I just wanted to mention on the bright side, Blaine says this happened when it didn't get when it did. We didn't get stuck in Seattle or anywhere else. There's a ton of silver linings on all of this. It didn't get stuck in Chicago. We did not have an accident. Like the vehicles all were working.
The cars just wrinkled on the side.
We came back very healthy, happy, good memories, good family times, beautiful weather in Alaska. So
we have one door on the Prius that's wrinkled. That's it. And when I mean wrinkled, it's wrinkled. That's it.
It
works.
Rust.
It opens. It probably won't rust actually with the way it's done. It's just a little light wrinkle on the body panel.
I can notice it. It's not new.
I might still get her a blue door for that. It's just a door. So the rest of the car is fine. Other than that, I just need to put this catalytic converter in, which will be coming tomorrow and Thursday. Two parts to it.
Yay! Anthony's amazing.
And then there's a shield that you can put up on these, and I highly recommend if you know anybody who can do it. Yes, I did. $100. And it's not the $100 to save you from the catalytic converter. It's the $100 to save you from.
Said there's precious metals in there.
There is, but they're not that precious right now.
It's like craze or something like that.
It's called BOMB, is what it is. BOMB.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the idea behind this is we're gonna put this little shield up on it.
Yes, we did report it to the hotel, Timothy.
Yeah. But, we talked to the police and they said there's so much of this going on. They just don't even write reports in Chicago.
But there's a shield, so maybe we can protect it.
So we're going to put this shield on there and what it does.
Make it a little more difficult.
Yeah, it means that if I ever do have to get in there, it's going to take me 2 hours instead of 15 minutes to get in there. But it's better to do that so that we can drive this thing and not have to worry about that going out somewhere. But yeah, the police down in Chicago, it's just so rampant down there. They just don't want to know.
So
Chicago.
Long story short, we went on a cruise and had a great time.
Beats.
We really
Battlestar Galactica.
I knew that was coming. All right. We did have a great time. We were so fortunate to be able to do that cruise with family and for the most part stay pretty safe and healthy other than the ones that are sick, but they are not, they are sick. They are not. So far they're listening to their bodies and they're resting a lot. Hey Debbie Smith, so good to see you.
Was the car at a hotel or at O'Hare?
Go back and watch the replay because we just told a long.
The
Anthony
cruise was
told
great.
A lot of stories.
Flat tire, damaged car,
delayed
flights, loss of sleep,
up all night.
Bad tire,
stolen catalytic converter,
hitting a deer, and having to put tires on with 2 hours of sleep,
and COVID and two family members.
Yes.
Woohoo!
There's a summary.
Those are all the bad things, but all the good things are so many that they're more than we can list. Honestly, just so much to be thankful for. And
it was really a good trip. And people ask me how do I like my cruise to Alaska. It was phenomenal.
I want to get back there.
It is. It's you hear people say Alaska, it's one of those cruise of a lifetime. You'll love it. Everybody, and you hear everybody going, it's going to be cold. So sure. I don't know. It's Alaska. We live in the tundra.
There were so cute.
We live in the land of the Packers. It's the tundra up here, right? So how much can Alaska be? But it is absolutely gorgeous. So if you've never been on that cruise, we highly recommend Alaska cruises.
Oh, and the Pacific Northwest was
Gorgeous.
was amazing.
It is.
It was
Mount
humid,
Rainier
humid but cool weather.
and rainy
It was
all the time,
awesome,
and
but it was,
foggy and wonderful.
look at how nice my skin looks. It's so moist.
And at some point, we're going to be doing the East Coast version of that, which is the
Good
Greenland
night,
tours,
Dave
right?
and
Good night.
Brandy. And Dave and Brandy's gonna join us for Greenland. I'm
Yep.
a legend.
Yes.
We're with a bunch of folks on that
You
Greenland.
need to plug something. We have 1 minute.
Okay.
So everybody stay here. Don't go away
Wait.
quick.
Okay,
So-
I meant to do this, but we've been storytelling. Okay,
Yes,
so we
forgot
are
about this.
any ladies out there. So Sharon at Sea is oh, we got some comments out there. Sharon at
Oh.
Sea is in this is
Midwestern.
hosting a group cruise with me. I am super blown away. We've been talking about this for a while, Sharon and I. We both have birthdays in April, and that is why an April date, April 13th, it is a 4-night. So that means like 5 days if you count embarkation and debarkation on the Carnival Sunrise. It's out of Miami going to Key West and to Cozumel. And us girls are doing this cruise, and we are going to have a blast. So you can see the details there. Contact
Yes.
Sharon at sharonatc@gmail.com.
Screen print this page if you want to get some details.
Or come over to my
Or
Facebook
watch the
page.
video again, or go to the Facebook page.
Come
Yes.
to Nautical Nurse Nancy's cruising community or Sharon at Sea's travels cruising community. So definitely out on Facebook, but all this info is out there. Definitely would love to have our Nautical Nurse Nancy gals come along and Sharon at Sea. This cruise community is so amazing, and us gals are going to have a blast. Now, we're not trying to keep the boys out, but maybe
They
for
are.
this one. Because us
No boys.
girls, we got girl related things that we're going to have a blast on. So anyway, wanted to get that out there, and I'll keep on talking about this in future live streams too. But because we were, go ahead and go back. Because we were in Alaska, and this was kind of planned just before Alaska, I haven't gotten to really get the word out on this.
So we wanted to do that
cruise.
today.
So
I'm sorry for the delay.
hashtag no boys allowed.
Yeah, no boys allowed. Agreed. Agreed.
Oh, Derek and Gregory, thank you. You deserve an all-girls cruise. So
Yeah.
we're there's plenty of other group cruises to be a part of, and come join any one of them. Sharon at Sea puts on amazing group cruises. This one is for the gals, and Cindy says she signed up for this cruise, and it's my birthday in April too. So excellent. All right, thank you,
So
everybody.
we're already late. So thanks everybody for being here and listening to us.
Much love.
Um,
And if you hear, Blaine just threw up the link for the Facebook group. So if you're not a part of the Nautical Nurse Nancy's, the Nauticals, or if
The
you want to
Naughties.
go with the Naughties, you can do that too. But come join our Facebook page and put content out there. Show us what you're up to. Throw some shenanigans
everybody.
out there. Thanks so much for following along. Thank you,
Yes.
everyone, each and every one of you. This was a blast, and you really have made it, improved our mood greatly. All right, till next time, safe
Safe
travels.
God bless.
Take care, everybody. Bye.